So, welcome students. Today's topic is managing competition and entrepreneurship development programs. You know, entrepreneurs are very important in any economic development. They play a very significant role in economic development of a country because they create employment and they also help in revenue generation. So it is the entrepreneurship which is very, very important for any economy. Entrepreneurship development programs are designed to help a person who is willing to start a new venture. When a prospective entrepreneur wishes to start a new program, then it is important that he should be supported properly because he has willingness, he is willing to start a new business, but then he lacks certain information and certain skills and abilities. So entrepreneurship developments are designed to improve their ability, their skills, and their knowledge in the area of entrepreneurship. The motive of entrepreneurship development program is to train and develop the entrepreneurial skills of a person to make him able to run the business successfully. When we say business, what is business? Anything which is done with a motive to earn profit is a business. Suppose I buy a pen and then I want to sell that pen at ₹5. So my motive is to earn profit by selling that pen. So it is a kind of business. It is a type of business. It is a business. So the basic consideration in business is that the motive is to earn profit. So the motive of EDP is to train and develop the entrepreneurial skills of a person to make him able to run the business successfully, means he should be able to run the business profitably. Entrepreneurship development programs focus on developing the capabilities of the entrepreneurs to effectively address the challenges associated with the business under the competitive business environment. It is very imperative to understand that when a business is started, there are other players also who are doing the same or similar kind of businesses. So there is always an element of competition in the economy, and a new entrepreneur has to face those competitions, and therefore it is essential that he should understand the element of competition and he should be able to address those competitions in a way so that he can run the business profitably, successfully. Then there are certain objectives of entrepreneurship development program, and the first is inculcate and reinforce the entrepreneurial skills and capabilities of the entrepreneur. So this is very important that a person, a prospective entrepreneur is willing, but then he needs to improve, he needs that there should be some system which can help him in enhancing his skills, entrepreneurship skills and the capability. So this is one of the objectives of the entrepreneurship development program. Then the second is select products and formulate project proposal for the same. When any new kind of business is started, it is important that a business plan is developed, and the entrepreneurship development program helps in selecting the products and formulating a business plan or business proposal accordingly. Then third is to analyze the environment. It is very important that an entrepreneur should have a proper understanding, a comprehensive understanding of the environment, both micro and macro. He should understand what are the pros and cons, what are the challenges, what are the opportunities, who are their competitors. So all these informations help an entrepreneur in formulating a good business plan and making a good business strategy. Then the fourth is to provide detailed knowledge about setting up of enterprise. This is also very important that you should have detailed knowledge about setting up an enterprise. Fifth is make them familiar with source of finance, financial help, and other support for establishing an enterprise. When a business is started, a variety of requirements are there, and financial help is one of them. Financial requirements are one of them. Then there are other institutional supports which is also required, and entrepreneurship development programs create awareness and help the entrepreneur in getting financial help and support of other agencies, other institutions. Then provide guidance and help in increasing necessary managerial skills to start and run an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship requires managerial skills. It is very essential to run a business in a proper way, scientific way, profitably. And that is why application of certain managerial principles are always required. These entrepreneurship development programs help the entrepreneurs in increasing their necessary managerial skills to start and run their enterprises. Then enable entrepreneur to take decisions. Ultimately, it is the ability of taking decisions that helps. An entrepreneur should be able to take right decisions at right time or as and when required. And it helps in enhancing their ability to take decisions. And then enable to communicate. When an entrepreneur starts a business, he is supposed to communicate with various organizations, various stakeholders, various persons, various channels, and therefore a good communication skill is required. He should have soft skills in entrepreneurship development, and the entrepreneurship development programs help in that way also. Then what are the topics covered under entrepreneurship development programs? So an entrepreneurship development program focuses on following topics. And the first is introduction. So it starts with introduction, and the introduction should cover fundamental issues and information on entrepreneurship. For example, opportunities available in the area of entrepreneurship. There are numerous opportunities which can be successfully harnessed by an entrepreneurship if he knows about that. So it creates awareness, it helps in creating awareness about the opportunities available in the area of entrepreneurship and help an entrepreneur to harness those opportunities. The second is factors affecting the industries, particularly small and medium scale industries. When a business is started by an entrepreneur, the scale is moderate, and therefore it is essential that he should be able to understand the factors which affect the business, the industries, and the small and medium scale industries in which he may be dealing. So all those factors and proper understanding of all those factors are required, and here EDP programs help them make aware of those factors. Then the role and importance of entrepreneurs in economic development. Entrepreneurs plays a very important role in economic development. They create employment, they create revenue, they help in raising the status of the society, they help in increasing or raising the level of education. So their roles are very important, and EDP explains those roles, make them able to understand what are their roles and how they can perform their roles for the societal development or in the economic development. Supports available from government and other sources of establishing an enterprise. So government has also created so many programs, and so many assistance are there which can be utilized by an entrepreneurship while going for starting a business, and an entrepreneurship development programs make him aware about the supports from the government and help in establishing the linkage with certain organizations. Then soft skills for entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship definitely requires soft skills to deal with other persons, other organizations, other institutions. They are supposed to communicate properly. They are supposed to explain their business properly. And in this area also, the entrepreneurship development program helps the entrepreneur. Then the second is motivation of entrepreneurs. So the second topic should be the entrepreneurs. There are prospective entrepreneurs which can be successfully transformed into a full-fledged entrepreneurship, if they are motivated properly, they are supported properly. So motivation is one of the most essential components in any EDP, Entrepreneurship Development Programs. It is one of the most challenging aspects of entrepreneurship development programs that is critical for motivating and encouraging and inspiring entrepreneur for establishing a venture. So an aspiring entrepreneur always needs support, always needs motivation, because he is going to be at the risk, he is going to make investments in the business, and therefore a little motivation, a little support can do a lot for him. Then managerial know-how. This is the third topic. It is very important that the entrepreneur should know some of the managerial skills, some of the managerial principles, and apply them in their business to run the business successfully. To establish and run an enterprise, knowledge and understanding of managerial principles is desirable. It is imperative to impart basic and specific knowledge regarding important managerial functions like finance, marketing, and production. A business always requires financial supports. Then they go for production, either goods or services, and then marketing of that is required to earn profit, to generate revenue. So this is very important aspect. And here the managerial skills of the entrepreneurs help them in harnessing the benefits of the finance, marketing, and production opportunities which are available. So this is very important, and this is the topic which are given due care in the EDPs. Then next is external help. Government and some of the non-governmental or government organizations render necessary supports to entrepreneurs, small-scale industries. The participants of EDPs are given knowledge about obtaining support from such sources. So there are government agencies and non-government organizations also who render necessary supports, who has schemes to help the prospective entrepreneurs, small-scale industries, and entrepreneurship development programs also make the entrepreneurs aware about those external helps which are available for them. Then fifth is feasibility report. So knowledge about preparation and analysis of project feasibility report is provided. Ultimately, an entrepreneurship is supposed to prepare a feasibility report, a business plan, and here the entrepreneurship development programs help them in that way. Then enterprise visits. And lastly, it is very important that entrepreneurs should be exposed, should have exposure to the successful industries, the programs, to the industries where these such kind of programs are run successfully. And thus, in any entrepreneurship development programs, the last topic, the last theme is enterprise visit. Entrepreneurs are finally taken to the various successful enterprises, and they are exposed, they are allowed to interact with the successful entrepreneurs. So finally, planned industrial visits are arranged so as to give a feel of real life situation to establish and run an enterprise. Thereby, by interacting with the successful entrepreneurs, the prospective entrepreneurs know about the pros and cons of this business, and they may be motivated to run the business, or they may actually get the actual feedback from those entrepreneurs who are already there in the business. Then, as we said, there is always an element of competition. When a business is started, there are so many players, there are so many competitions. A number of players are dealing in the same kind of products or serving the same stakeholders, same consumers, and therefore it is very essential that an entrepreneur should know how to manage the competition in the business. So it is essential to sustain in the business and run it profitably. Managing competition is essential to sustain in the business and run it profitably. Then the next is to expand and build a strong brand from a small enterprise. Knowledge of a competition and competitors are essential. So when a business is started, the scale is small, their size is small, and if an entrepreneur is willing to make himself, turn himself as a brand, then it is essential that he should know the competition, he should know the competitors, what they are doing, how they are doing, and accordingly they should prepare their business strategies to overcome the problems, overpower the competition, and be established in the market as a business plan. Then globalization has raised the level of competition, you know. Earlier, there were only domestic competitions. Now there is competition from all across the globe, and it is therefore essential that an entrepreneur should have the knowledge about the dynamics of the competition, global, what is happening in the across the globe, so that he can meet those challenges successfully and run his business. Then a meticulously designed and well-executed business and marketing plan helps in effectively address the challenges of competition. It is always essential that the business plan should be meticulously designed, should have all the aspects covered, and it should be prepared in a way so that it can help, it can guide the entrepreneur in the future to run his business effectively and efficiently. For the formulation of effective market strategy, an entrepreneur must identify and study his competitors and potential customers. Ultimately, it is the customers with whom an entrepreneur is going to deal with. And then there are competitors who are also targeting those customers, those consumers. So it is very important that an entrepreneur should study his competitors and also study and analyze his potential customers. He should try to understand what are the needs, what are the demands, what are the requirements of the customers, and accordingly he should plan by taking into account the strategies of his competitors so that he can effectively target his products to the customers. And then an enterprise should find out its competitors by adopting marketing and industry-based analysis. So how they will find out? How will they perform the study of its competitors? So the way is that they should find out its competitors by adopting marketing and industry-based analysis. So they will have to go for market and industry-based analysis, analyze the situation, and then prepare the plan as per the results of that, outcomes of that analysis. And understanding and knowledge about the strategies, objectives, strengths, and weaknesses of the competitors help entrepreneur manage the competition effectively. So it is very essential that the strengths, weaknesses, objectives, strategies, all of the competitors are analyzed and be known to the entrepreneur, and accordingly plans are prepared. Then, from competition's viewpoint, organizations can be categorized into four. One is market leader. So there are organizations who are market leaders. And what does a market leader means? A market leader possesses large market share. So their reach in the market is large, and they also hold the large market share. In order to remain dominant, market leaders searches for a way to expand total market demand, tries to protect its current market share, and even tries to increase the market share. So market leader always intend to increase its market share, and then it is only possible when the market demand is more. So they try to expand the total market demand so that their market share can be increased. And then the second type of organization is market challenger. A market challenger targets the market leader and other organizations in an aggressive way to capture higher market share by adopting general as well as a specific strategy. So this is the second category. There are categories of organizations who target the market leaders, who attack the market leaders and the organization in an aggressive way. Aggressively, they target and attack the market leaders so that they can capture the market share, large share. They can snatch the market large share from the market leader and be established in the market. So for that, they apply general as well as specific strategies to hit and target the market share so that they can have the large chunk of market. Then third category is market follower. A market follower is a runner-up organization which is interested to maintain its market share. So they are not much bothered about being the market leader. They try to maintain, they try to retain, they try to establish their current position and maintain it in the market. And then the fourth is market niche. A market niche cater to small markets not served by large enterprises. So there are certain markets where the entry of the reach of large market enterprises are limited, and the market niche focuses on those markets and pursue their business there. So these are the four categories of organizations. Then entrepreneur needs to monitor the moves of these organizations to remain secure, always as improve its status in the market by successfully handling the market competition. So this is the crux to handle the competition in the market. An entrepreneur needs to monitor the moves of the organizations to remain secure, as well as improve its status in the market by successfully handling the market competition. So it is very essential that market competition should be handled properly. Proper strategies be devised. For devising proper strategies, it is essential to know the competitors, to know their moves, then to know the consumers, the customers, and then accordingly evolve new market strategies, new market plans, and act accordingly so that the enterprise would be established in the market and run his business profitably. So this is about this topic. Then after few minutes, one more class will be there. So I am sending the link. Please be there.